your weapons. Mission is a go. Let's move. Drop your weapons. Oof. I need a weapon. Fight for the Empire.
Thank you for your service. Invaluable. Carefully. Yes. Special day.
The enemy is on the move.
Go! Go! Go!
Drop it. Drop Come on, everybody!
Satisfaction.
Oh, no, no. Stop, quit while you're ahead. Or quit while you're not. Oh, quit, just quit. Just stop it. How's it? Hang loose. How's it? Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii, the channel. Yes, it is Veterans Day, so for all veterans, thank you for your service, and it's cool that you're veterans. I've met lots of veterans over my 80 years, and I never quite got there, and I'm actually kind of glad. I chickened out. I think it was Gulf War. I was going to be the Marine. I was just this close to being in the Marine Reserves. The recruiter's calling me up on the phone. Ring, ring, bring your stuff. It's all excited. Oh boy, you got good grades on the ASVAB. Bring your stuff down here. Bring your birth certificate. I'm looking at the morning newspaper. Go Reserves sent to Gulf. I mean, I didn't want to be. Anyway. Okay. I chickened out. So, yeah, it's Thursday, Veterans Day, November 11th, and it's just the freaking day of the killer. I don't know what the heck with the news and... Alright, hello, you down there. They found the missing girl from Waimanalo, the little, what is it, 10-year-old, whatever she was, young, very young. They found the missing girl. And she's no longer missing, she's dead. So it's a complete murder investigation. I hate to say this, but I didn't want to say it, you can't jump to conclusions, but I told you so. There's something wrong about not finding anything with the whole Waimanalo, and everyone volunteered and they're all searching and there's nothing, and they're going candlelight vigils, like something sinister was afoot. So they just basically figured they off the little kid, the adopted parents off the kid in August. A month later they say she's missing, and a month after that they're busting in going, and they must have some evidence because they just grabbed them, and without bail, just boom. So, I guess FBI. So what else is going on? Jesus. Happy Thursday. I'm trying to be like positive stuff because all this stuff in the news, you gotta have a positive outlook on the end of it. You can't get too absorbed into this. So the Kaluas were charged with murder, and they've been taken away, and that's that. But check out this freaking, look at these signs in Wamanalo. Where is Ariel? Do the right thing. Start talking. I'm like, oh God. Woohoo. Yowza. All right, but it is Veterans Day, so here we go with a small little bit. Let's do something veteran style. This is, they named a building after an heroic and a heroic. Oh gosh, well, they got me in the grammar department. Is it a heroic? It depends on how you pronounce the drop the H or don't drop the H. What the heck? It's gonna do this to me now? Right off the bat? You paper. Look, I'm just gonna read it like this. Yeah. Battle on. Okay. So you can see that. I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, here goes. On May 12, 1970, R.D. Copas and fellow U.S. Army 25th Infantry Division soldiers were ambushed by enemy forces, bearing down on them with rocket-propelled grenades and a shower of bullets. Holy crap! A round from a recoilless rifle struck Copas's armored car, knocking him to the ground and wounding 4 nearby soldiers. Ignoring his wounds, Copas got back on the now burning vehicle. Copas was a machine gunner, and it was his job to provide covering fire for his comrades in battle. Enemy fighters continued operating fire on Copas with bullets and bombs, but Copas continued returning while American troops were evacuating their wounded comrades to safety. Copas continued fighting until another round hit the vehicle, mortally wounding him. His comrades remembered him as a hero, and he was posthumously awarded a Bronze Star, and the Army was hesitant to talk what happened that day in 1970. And basically what's going on there is he was called to Vietnam, and he was doing all that action and got mortally wounded in Vietnam and did all those heroic actions right before. And when that particular heroic action covering his fellow soldiers was happening, they were in Cambodia, the next country inland, and technically for America, we weren't supposed to be in Cambodia. Kind of Apocalypse Now material. You're going to the place where you're not supposed to go, into the heart of darkness. We weren't supposed to be in Cambodia, but we were. We were following, well, the story gets deep like a rabbit hole. Anyways, so I used to know so many Vietnam vets, but I hear some stories, but not like this one. This is one hero story. Okay, let's take a quick peruse the news. Yeah, that's one. Oh, if you can do it, right? Oh, nothing. What? You cannot. Oh, okay. Now we get the stick with the freaking. Don't let these people adopt you. Okay, reload the page. I'm too old to be adopted. Okay, story time. Oh, this guy, right? Oh, shoots, the guy. There was a guy, the other guy murdered. He went with a rifle loaded with 30 rounds of ammunition, and there was a Black Lives Matter, one of those big righty things that was back there, and he goes into there with the rifle. I'm gonna put myself in a riot typey thing, and all this stuff's going on. I'm gonna go in there with a big automatic gun, military gun. He's walking around the streets with that thing, loaded to the hilt, 30. So he wound up shooting people and killing them, and now he's on murder trial, and they're pulling all this weirdo crap. And he's like going, "Hoo, hoo, hoo." And then I was fearing for my life. And then, and the prosecutor's like pulling his hair out, trying to do some stuff. The judge is getting pissed at the prosecutor. So I hope this don't mess up, because I don't think this guy should be walking the streets. And so that's one of them things. It could get highly politicized pretty fast. I think we're back in action, I suppose. What the heck? Find your next job. Because it's all going. Okay, the Wahine volleyball, speaking of sports. Nice transition, right? Peruse the news. Okay, I'm not going to cover basketball. Okay. So, let's go look over here for a second. Red Hill fuel tanks. Speaking of military. I mean, veterans is one thing. The military, the institution. Okay, the Navy's doing the thing with the water above. There's fuel tanks, and there's 20 of them, and they're giant, and they're since World War II. They've leaked all along. They've leaked before. They're still leaking, pretending they're not leaking. Let's monitor them really extensively, and then they blame some fall guy. Oh, he made a mistake. That's why it leaked. It's not the tanks. It's the guy who do it. So finally, they're doing this, and finally, they're not having any room to wiggle away. The military is seeking state permit to keep operating the underground storage facility. So if the state gives them the permit via Department of Health and all that, then they can continue doing that stuff. So they're still moving on, going, we need to operate this thing because it's really strategically important. And it's like they're just avoiding the cost of building above ground ones somewhere else. And I guess the secret's out that they're underground, right? It's such a cool thing to have the underground secret thing, but it's outdated, and it could ruin all the drinking water of Honolulu. That's 1 million people. Face the courage. Spotlights Filipino war soldiers. Okay, there's all kinds of Philippine people. They went, fought in the war too. Everybody fought in the war. It's World War II. Oh, here's I'll do this. I'll go over here back in the day before this thing goes out. Oh, this guy. 1980. Oh, the guy Eddie Kamai performs all Aloha Another Way for Street Mall. Grab your attention. For KCCN radio, sponsored by Sons of Hawaii. Yay! The ukulele, you got the good kind, huh? What kind of ukulele? Must be good, eh? Well, here's a veteran story for you. Off the radar. My mom has a couple of sisters. What the heck is that ding ding? Oh God. My mom has a couple of sisters. My mom just had her 90th birthday party, you know. It's like this long live mom. Kind of like the Queen of England thing. Anyhow, she has a couple sisters, and they're actually a little older than her. So these are my aunts. They're like, oh my gosh. Going for the record. That's cool. They're on the mainland, so I don't see them. And one of them is took up residence in like the nursing home, you know, because you get hurt and you need a lot of care. So one of my aunts is in the nursing home, and they had a party for Veterans Day, right? Because hey, it's Veteran Day coming up. So they had busted out the cake. Oh, here's a Google guy. Anyways, they busted out the cake for the veterans in their group in the nursing home. And four of the veterans were World War II. World War II. That's like over 100 years old. No joke. Like, oh my gosh. There's something about that military life. Old soldiers never die. Kind of deal. That's right. What was this? MacArthur. All right, let's look around. Oh, State Ballet. No. Oh, here. Public Games Review of Storied Tomb. Okay, so I remember visiting this when I was a kid, and then they closed it. I didn't know that because they opened it. Okay, yeah. The old guard. So pretty much like only this guy would go back and forth, and that's it. You gotta walk up to this and watch the guy go back and forth, and you couldn't get closer. Unknown soldier. Astronauts blast off on space station after delays. Okay, it's time. Oh, they're back up in space, huh? Okay. News to me. Let's look at. Wait, we did that one. We were looking at basketball. Yeah, they went to the board. You get your fair share of this. My old archaeology teacher was a Vietnam veteran. I used to know so many Vietnam veterans. It's crazy. I was like, okay, here we go. Ta-da! Thank you, veterans. Thanks, eh? Okay. Now, if we look at this kind, maybe we can get a couple little bit in here. Okay, there it is. It worked, I think. Oh my gosh. Did it work? Alright. Roderick right about Plano. That's just reason. Okay, yeah. His reason was right, but we're not going to look at that. More shots needed for herd immunity. Absolutely. 70% herd is an abstract, and 70% is a precise measurement. You want herd immunity, you're talking like 90. You get 90%, you got some herd going on. Okay, most medical personnel chose vaccination. So this is the guy that wrote the article. One person wrote an article that claims first responders and healthcare workers may be, by any estimation, better educated in medical matters than most of us. And they're not getting vaccinated, neither in that, because they're more, they got a medical degree, some type of, you know, it might not even be MD, it might not even be nurse, it might be like medical assistant, but it's better than most of us. I'll tell you what, I've seen, I don't know, it doesn't matter. The degree thing doesn't matter. I've seen many, I've hung around and been around and talked to and interacted with on a personal level with many PhDs. And it doesn't matter if you're PhD, except you know about that specific stuff you have PhD in. It doesn't matter. I've seen some of the biggest oh man. Well, anyways, and the degree doesn't matter. I don't know how to explain it. Back. Stop then. Okay, so they know most of this. No, this guy's saying the opposite. So why then does it look like to a small minority of those who are better educated than you, rather than the vast majority of workers who decided whatever risks outweigh the risk of the COVID-19 and have gotten vaccinated. So basically, the majority of the highly educated first responders have gotten vaccinated. Remind me not to go to Las Vegas with Fowler and the Opportunity of Ever Rises. Paul Campbell, thank you. Okay, now this one's a little personal, so I don't know if I want to spend too much time on it. DOE substitute teachers don't get enough respect. I got a full teacher's license in 4 different states, got background checked 4 different times with the Department of Justice, all this kind of stuff. Was just begging to get a teaching stuff, and they just kept me in there because they love to abuse their little overrated substitute teachers, you know, just use them to do the dishes kind of deal. My late cousin, substitute, once asked her what it was like. She said the substitute teachers are on the lowest rung of the DOE, and you're never going to make any money. You're not going to pay into Social Security, so you don't have anything, and no benefits, have no benefits, rights, or anyways. That's right. So, so they're like, oh, we need teachers, teachers. As I say, is DOE. There's a certain university down there in Jacksonville. FU. Thanks, Dane. Here we go. Local residents also survived December 7th attack. Somewhere along the way, the local residents who died or survived the September 7th attack in Pearl Harbor are not remembered during remembrance ceremonies. I realize we witnessed the attack and did not bear arms, but are we not survivors? Shouldn't you just be thankful you didn't get killed on that thing? Children in Korea came close to low-flying airplanes and were frightened, not knowing what was going on. No one knew what was going on. Some climbed to rooftops and were injured. As children, we didn't know what war was all about. Yeah. Toys. But we found out in a hurry. The effects of what happened to our Japanese families and the aftermath are also firmly embedded in our memories. Here we go. So it's like really more of a... I think the late Governor George Burns. He was governor too. Governor John Burns was our first governor in 1959. And all... statehood! 1959 statehood. Who helped local Japanese remain in Hawaii and not to be incarcerated. Yeah, they weren't locked up like they were in the mainland. Also, kudos to the late Eleanor Roosevelt for her efforts to stop Executive Order 9066. Elaine, not Eleanor, Elenia Funakoshi, Pearl City. Yeah, Eleanor Roosevelt. Don't forget. Okay, Navy Navy lacks transparency. We're just gonna have to do this because Red Hill is just the thing. It's like a boil on the butt. The leaky Red Hill bulk fuel storage tanks and water sit above the southern wall. Contains 3/4 of the drinking water. It's like all the water we drink, huh? You could put some gasoline. It's like jet fuel too. It'll give you cancer. This problem needs immediate, permanent corrective action, given more respective than a simple dirty story. Thus far, Stavey refuses to transparent on how it intends to rectify. It's asking for to continue going. It's asking for a permit. That's what it's doing. Long-standing storage leak. It appears that the Navy has declared war on all of water surrounding freshwater. Declared war. Will the Navy not rest until these waters become as untransparent as it is? Oh gosh. Well, that's good, right? No. The Navy assurances that everything is fine. Don't worry, akin to someone's over your dog and telling you, don't worry about your dog because my car is fine. With climate change, the prospect that fuel spill will shortly diluted and washed away the rising ocean. I don't think the exercise for everybody. Good enough to sushi for the Navy, but not for me. What? Okay. Since the ice caps are, since the waters are rising because the global warming, ice caps melting, water rising, it'll wash it away. How about you, Stan Weiss? That's crackpot. I don't know if that's what. I don't know. But the Navy here is wrong. They gotta do something. It's gonna be a huge thing to do, but they gotta do something. So I gotta bounce. So take care. Sorry for being a little overtime. Happy Veterans Day. Aloha. Bye.
Satisfaction.
Drop. Come on, everybody.